All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Marc being media. So, should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves? Let's find out. Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
No, absolutely not. What kind of question is that? If a woman feels like she looks good, that husband should hype her up. Hype that up. Absolutely the not.
Okay. So what if are you married?
Yes.
Okay. So if you and your husband is going out and you're kind of revealing, and he says, I think you're kind of revealing, you need to go change that. The answer is like, no, let's go. This is how I'm looking.
Yes, absolutely. I asked him, what's the vibe? Where are we going? Who are we seeing? I dress for the occasion, and that's that. That's that.
Well, I guess she told me and told y'all too. Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Yes, she should, because that's her motherfucking husband. Period.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
So if you were you currently married?
No, I'm not married.
So if you were married,
Not yet, sorry.
okay, cool, it's coming. So if you were married, y'all, it's on a date night or y'all going out or whatever.
I don't even have to be married. If my man tell me to take that off, I'm taking that off.
Oh, well, then you already answered the question before. Okay, cool. So what do you got to say to the ones that I guess the females is like, you don't tell me what to do. I mean my own money and.
Well, then they need to be single.
You heard it. It didn't come from me. It came from a woman. You need to be single. Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
I'm gonna be honest. I say yes, depending on what it is. Depending on what it is.
Say it again. No. Say it again. Say it again.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Of course. But if she looks right, if she looks right, that's it.
Listen, I don't care if it's provocative. It could be sexy as hell, I don't care. But if it's lame, that's when it's like, baby. But it could be whatever as long as it's fire.
It's fire. No.
Yeah, you feel me?
Cause show and everything.
No, hell no. Don't tell me what to wear.
Oh my God.
It's all on you.
All right,
It's
so
all on you.
why is that? Let's start with you.
Why what?
It's all on you.
You can't tell you what to do. It's like you can wear what you want to wear.
I want to wear what I want, of course. If I feel good, if I look good, you better like it.
But
That's fine.
ain't that what I said?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's fine.
So I got two different answers over here. So why?
Let her go first.
So you said it depends on the situation.
I say depends only because there's certain things that, like, as a girl, you shouldn't wear if you're out with your man.
There you go. There you go.
Man,
She said it.
She said it.
listen, man, wear a G-string, I don't care, as long as you look good.
It's all right.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Absolutely not. Who gives a You disapprove, that's on you. That's on you. I look good. I like my dress. I like my skirt. I like my jeans. I ain't got nothing to do with you. Blah.
Yeah, so if your husband be like, hey, man, that's a little bit too revealing, you need to go change that. The answer is absolutely not.
All right, I feel like if it's revealing, then yes. But, I mean, if we're going out together and it's revealing, why should I have to change? I'm showing it to you.
Well, a lot of dudes feel like they might have to get into altercation because there's a lot of disrespectful dudes out here.
That's true. I understand it. But at the end of the day, throw them hands. Throw them hands.
All right, so if y'all get with her, y'all got to throw them hands.
Throw them hands. And that's why I'm saying throw them hands.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
No,
No?
no, but I have a good answer.
What's the answer?
I think that when you get married and when you have children, you're gonna know what is appropriate and what's not. Because I'm a mama, and I feel like I already know, like it doesn't make sense. Like, what am I going outside with my half out? You know what I mean? It don't make sense. What am I doing that for? It's a difference between fashion and being disrespectful and just doing too much. I don't do much. Yeah. I got my little bow tie on like I'm in France, effing France, and it's okay.
So what if you think you're dressed okay, but your husband is like, that's a little too revealing.
It's okay. It's okay to take advice from people. You know, he's your man.
So I'm saying, but would you go back and change? If he says, you know what, it might not be revealing to you, but...
Probably. I would take it into advice. Yeah, I think that like we don't have to think about it like I'm being genuine, a man giving me advice and being like, you have to change. But I think that he's caring about the way that you approach the world as his girl. And I mean, do what you want to do. I mean, I'm down for it. Like, wear your outcast, wear your little, okay. But I'm gonna be honest. I think that personally, I would take it into account. I would.
Take it into account. But ultimately, you'll be like, it's my decision at the end of it.
Yeah, of course. But I think that, like, when you shop as a woman, you know that, like, I don't want to wear too much because, I mean, this body be talking for itself.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
My exes are gonna laugh at shit that I got this question. This is God. Okay. Well, should a wife? Yes. Should a girlfriend? No. I think biblically, since I've now found Christ, women should be submissive to their husband. So if you have an issue, or your husband, has an issue with what you're wearing, and it makes him feel whatever type of way, whether it be insecure or not secure that you're seeking attention, I think that you should alter the way you're dressing within reason. And if you have somebody who's supposed to be a husband, it's not going to be crazy parameters that you're going to be constrained in.
Wow, man, I'm getting some amazing answers tonight. That was
that's for a wife, though. Boyfriends don't really necessarily get a say. Because you don't have to be submissive to your boyfriend. But also as a woman, if you respect your man, there's certain things that, like, you just shouldn't be outside it. And it took me years to realize this. Like, I had really good men in my life who sat me down and was like, you shouldn't be doing that. And I fought it for a minute, but now that I'm older and I'm more secure in myself and I'm on a more godly path, I agree with that.
Okay, and what would you...
Hey, send this to them and tell them I'm sorry.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Of course, because you're a representation of your husband, and your husband is a representation of you. So when you go out, you're supposed to represent and respect each other. Yeah.
Okay, so you currently married?
No.
So if you were married and your husband said, that's a little bit too revealing, you got to go change that out, you'll be down for that?
Yeah.
That's a first. Okay. And what?
Why would it not be?
Well, you got some females out here, they're like, oh, you can't tell me what to do. I'm independent and I dress how I want to dress. I make my own money and...
I mean, I do. Like, I understand that you make your own money, you're your own person, but at the end of the day, when the doors are closed, it's you and your husband, and you follow the husband. So if he says something, you might take it as an opinion, you might change it up a little bit to make it more classy, even if you wear the same thing, but you still have to follow the man. He's the leader. So if he says something, then just like if I were to say something to him, I would expect him to, like, accommodate, like, the relationship, I guess.
Well, whenever you get married one day, you'll be a good wife. Marvin Media. Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Yes, for sure.
And what's the reason behind it?
Because you can't have a lady like wearing anything out here. People gonna be looking at everything.
More out of respect. More respect for the men.
Okay, I actually agree with that. So it's a lot of females out here, they are married, they taking trips to Jamaica, or they out here Wynwood or wherever, and they dress crazy, they revealing a lot of things, and nobody can tell them nothing because they make all of the money, they're independent, and whatever. So what you're saying is, if it's too revealing and the husband says, you need to go back in and change, it's a respect thing.
It's a respect thing, yeah, all the way, because, as a man, other men gonna look at her, and to them, they're gonna see her as she's open, she's free to get at, she's easy to get at, and to dress proper and to come out nice is more of a respect thing than for all the men out here.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Probably, yeah, I'd say.
Probably, okay. What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I would wear whatever I want, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, so that's interesting. So it's a maybe, and it's like, nah, you wear.
Yeah.
All right, so why you feel?
I don't think it's that deep. I really don't think it's that deep.
So if you two were married, right, and you guys are out in the town like this, eating ice cream and hanging out, and he feels that you're dressed a little too revealing, and he said, babe, I think that's a little bit too revealing. Can you go like change? Would you be opposed to that, or?
Maybe. I mean, like, I value his opinion, but like, it's also, he also helps me pick out my outfits, so it's like a good relationship, So I personally probably would not change, but I can see why others would.
Okay. All right. You say it doesn't really matter, right?
I mean, it matters a little bit, but it's all right. It's cool.
All right, cool. I ain't gonna get too deep, Hey, this is Marc via Media. I appreciate it. Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Yeah, of course, that's your husband. Hopefully he pay all the bills and what they should do. He say, be submissive to your husband.
Okay, and what if he don't pay the bills, but he still say, hey, I don't like what you got on?
I'm doing what the I want to do. That.
But if he's providing and he's a good husband and he say, hey, that's a little revealing, you'll change.
Yeah, he providing, yeah, but if he ain't doing I'm doing what the I want to do. So do what y'all want to do if a ain't paying no bills.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
110%.
125%.
And why is that?
Because, being in a marriage is just like a partnership, it's a relationship, You your man's and your man's is yours. You just, you got to sacrifice for each other. If your husband is not comfortable, then you should sacrifice for him.
I mean, especially if the man is providing everything, if he doesn't like her clothes, she should listen to her, I mean, him. Sorry about that.
Okay. No worries. So there's a lot going on where a lot of females making their own money. They're independent, and they're like, this is my body, my choice. You don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. What would you say about that?
I say go for it. Your body, your choice. But, everybody has their type. If that's not your type, just don't go for that type of woman.
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it is her body, her choice. But if it's going to be a relationship built on trust and everything, it should be understanding for both parties.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's got to be some sort of compromise. Like, she should be mindful of what he likes, and he should also let her exercise her freedom. So somewhere in the middle. Got to be somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so let's say if you're married, you and your wife, they're going out, I don't know, Wynwood, the beach, or wherever, and she's just a little bit too revealing and makes you uncomfortable, and it's like, hey, look, baby, that's a little bit too revealing. You should go and change that. It don't have to be demanding or anything. And she's like, no, I like this. I like this outfit.
Well, I don't think I would make a big deal about it in the moment. I would just let her do what she needs to do, and then we can have a conversation about it at another time. I'm not giving you nothing, bro.
Should a wife change her clothes if her husband disapproves?
Definitely.
For sure?
For sure.
And what's
we the king of the household, whatever we say goes. Not disrespectfully, but it is what it is.
All right, so if you were married and your wife comes out revealing and you say, hey, look, man, that's too revealing. You got to go back in and change. She's like, you don't tell me what to do. I make my own money. This is my body, my choice, et cetera, et cetera. What would your response be to that?
I'm going to get some tonight.
Oh, my God.